Hi guys, today we're going to do the Metro. Metro is a free paper that you get on the bus. It's actually quite, I think it's quite hard, cryptic crossword, and it's free. So we're going to do this to encourage beginners or those who fancy to go but don't fancy spending money. You can give it a go. So anyway, I did this after work when I was in Sainsbury's. Well, I did about half of it then. As you can see from all the Tipex bits out, I've already tried filming this once and it was appalling. Anyway, so I've Tipexed it out and started again. So let's, without further ado, let's start with one across, which is there. Still 20 required to get even. 6, 1 and 5, three words. Now 20 is a score, and the thing with there's two main rules with cryptic crosswords. One is either at the beginning or the end of the clue there'll be a simple clue, a simple definition that'll help you get the some basic clue for what the answer is. In this case, it's get even. It's actually, this one's a double definition. It's got one at the beginning and one at the end. Still 20 is also a definition. So 20 is a score. To still 20 will get means settle a score, which is also to get even. So pop that in there. If that was the first time you've seen a cryptic clue done, that was a reasonably easy. I mean, I got that just by looking at it. Now I came to 4 down next. The clue is a plane worker. Now this is an interesting clue because it's not a double definition. It's got no wordplay. It's not an anagram. It's basically a simple definition you get in any basic crossword you get in any coffee time crossword, but it's just really obscure. So when I saw when you with a cryptic crossword, whenever you see worker, it's nearly always ant. Well, ant is in the answer, but it's got nothing to do with the clue. And we've got a C up here, and I thought, well, is that Concord? No, it's not. Then I looked at worker and put ant into a few words, and I couldn't get it. What it is, it's a worker that uses a plane. So a plane is a tool used by a carpenter. So the answer is carpenter. So what this is, and then a guy on Cracking the Cryptic was commenting on one of their videos, says that they said to in reply to me that the Metro does cryptic illusions. So there's sort of a simple clue that's a bit deceptive, and that's an example of it. So okay, we've got four down. Let's go with 2 down. We've got an L. This is a nice little one. This is another curious clue. It's not really your standard cryptic, but it is very cryptic, but it's not your standard cryptic clue. It's very near to cheek in 2 ways. Now it's not, there is two ways of reading this clue, but it's not a double definition. So what we've got is the word cheek. There's another, and it's something that's very near to the cheek. Now it's beginning with a 3-letter word that begins with L. So you can probably guess what's near to the cheek, this 3-letter word that begins with L. And it's also a word that means cheek. So if you're cheeky to someone, you're giving them a bit of lip. And a lip is a 3-letter word beginning with L that's near to the cheek. So it's very near to cheek in 2 ways. So it's quite an unusual cryptic clue, that. I like it. I think it's great. 7 across, we've got that P in the middle. 7 across, it's something to talk about. Again, there's nothing cryptic about this. It's topic. It's a straight clue. Now you very rarely see that in a cryptic. So the metro is a bit different. It's not massively different, and we've also not seen any so far. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4 clues, and we haven't seen one abbreviation. So the guy who was commenting on Cracking the Cryptic the other day was right about that as well. It makes it more riddly and less sort of formulaic. Anyway, right, so five down, we've got an R, 5 letters, possibly cater for counter-attack. Now we've got possibly, which could be an anagram indicator, or it could be an indicator to say, well, the next, a word around it is an example of a set of things. But in this case, it's an anagram indicator. It's saying, take cater and do something with it. Fiddle. And we've got counter-attack, which is the definition. Remember, you've got a simple definition at the beginning or the end. At the end, we've got counter-attack, and we've got the anagram indicator. So we anagram cater. Normally, what I do is write out the letters in a circle like that, randomise them up a bit, and have a think. And what it is counter-attack is react. Now we had a good clue there because we've got the R at the beginning. React, right. This is another 10 across. We've got this E and T here, 10 across. This is another anagram. And this is the clue here. He doesn't accept the orthodox view of tiredness. So what you do is put, now I couldn't really get it by looking at it. I can see E and T there, and they're letters that are in tiredness. And tiredness is a 9-letter word, so I'm wondering whether view of is an anagram indicator. So we know the wordplay, i.e. the anagram indicator and the anagram fodder, is this end of the clue. Therefore the other end should be the definition, the simple clue. So it could be so that could be he doesn't, and if we think of this as just the wordplay, then the whole of that ought to be really, if we were playing a standard cryptic crossword, all of that there should be the definition. He doesn't accept the orthodox. So if we anagram tiredness, we should come up with a word that means he doesn't accept the orthodox, which is dissenter. I hope you can see it. It seems quite faint to me, this writing. I hope you can actually see it on the video. Right, so we've got this R here, so let's do 15 across. Traveller of little use to his team. I don't know if you can see that. Traveller of little use to his team. Well, I went through a lot of words, stranger and things like this. But in the end, there's another type of, somebody who travels on transport is a passenger. Well, let's have a look at the rest of the clue. We've got a load of other words. What are they there for? So we've got traveller of little use to his team. Well, somebody who's on your team is there for the ride. They're not doing anything. They're essentially a passenger. You're carrying them. So that's what you've got, is a double definition. So this, you split the clue into two. You've got traveller and of little use to his team. Both mean the same thing, passenger. So let's pop that in there. And you can tell we're on the right track because these other words are matching up. And if you're completely off the track, you'll find it quite hard. You'll find it extremely hard to find other words that fit in. So here, up here, we've got three letters for this word. So that should give us a really good clue. I mean, we've got half the letters already. So 3 down, a way to gain admission. Well, to gain admission is, well, gain admission is access, and a way to something is access. So again, it's a double definition. And the Metro seems to like these a lot. They're a bit more riddly and a bit less sort of propeller head like the Times is. Right. I thought I did put something in here, but it's not. That's not the answer. And the reason I know it's not the answer is because I did 11 across. I thought this was troth because it's about being dragged to the altar. But that can't be H because we've got the answer here. Right, 11. We got another answer here. 11 across. One who aims to be habit free. Now, of course, you should be thinking about monks and nuns here when you see the word habit. So one who aims to be free. Now, if this was a standard cryptic, I'd be converting one into an I, things like this, or an ace. But abbreviations, they don't really do. That's another thing that they were talking about on the. He was talking about on Cracking the Cryptic. So, which is quite nice because it's a bit less formulaic. So, somebody who aims to be habit free is a novice because he wants no vice, and a novice is a type of monk or nun. I think a nun. Yeah, there are novice nuns. So that's a nice clue. I like that. That's fun. It's clever. I mean, it's not hard, but it's, you know. So we know that's not troth. I also had a bit of trouble with this one here because I thought that was depressed, and it can't be with that C there. So, right, this one down here. First job in a race course. This took me ages thinking about this. It's another double definition, and we're going to put a comma there, an imaginary comma there, and then we've got 2 simple definitions. Well, they're not simple. They're hiding. They're hidden. It's something on a race course and something that's a first job that means the same thing, and that is. Starting post. So there's a starting post on a race course, and your first job is your starting post. So it's very clever, a bit too clever if you know what I mean. But it fits in with the other letters that we've got. So therefore he's probably right. Right. So what was 14? Yes, 14 across is quite nice. Concurs about Greece. It is an anagram. It's a dodgy anagram indicator. I don't know why about. I've never seen about used as an anagram indicator. But the word concurs means agrees, and you've got a G there, and there's enough letters for agrees. But let's see how we can confirm it by looking at the rest of the clue. So we've got Greece. Now, if we anagram Greece, we get agrees, which is what concurs means. So that must be an anagram indicator. So yeah, we can. It's a bit dodgy, but it gave us enough information to answer the question to get the clue. So it's therefore fair. Right, 19 across. Literary effort. I biffed this. I think it's essay, and I think I'm wondering whether it's an old-fashioned word for effort. Is it essay? I don't know. It might. I'm not going to look it up until I finish the clue. That's cheating. I'm not saying I never do that, but I'm not going to do it here. but all 13 down a rum sort of drink. And again, this took me ages, but because actually, now let's do 12 across, and that will help us work out. So 12 across, still the cause of poor reception. Well, in the old days, when we had TVs, poor reception was static. And we've got the T there, and it's enough letters. So let's try it out. Can 13 down have T at the beginning and Y at the end? Let's have a look what we've got. Rum sort of drink. Well, we've got a rum toddy. Am I right or am I wrong? Let's try it out. See, they're not very good. They're not classic cryptic clues, but it adds up. It's deceptive, and I think that's half the fun of it. I'm pretty sure I've got an anagram down here, but I haven't solved it. This across here is realm, but I don't. I did what's called biffing, which is guessing the answer based on what you think is the definition. The reason for that is a kingdom not fancied by many. Remember, the definition is either at the beginning or the end. I think a kingdom begins with R, is realm. It fits also with the A from react. So I bung that in there. And those letters there fit in with the letters I think is in the anagram there, but I still haven't worked out what that is. So anyway, 20 down I think is the last one that I did. I've got any confidence over. Error discovered in passing. The error is sin, and it's in passing. So it's a hidden clue. Within that word is your answer. There's a hidden word within a word or a group of words. So yeah, so that's sin. Very right. I think that's singers along there, but God knows what that is there. Right, that's it. That's 17 minutes. I shall leave you to it. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's a free newspaper. You get it on the bus, have a go, see whether you like it or not, and then you might too pick up the bug for Cryptic Crosswords. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.